Cells get confused, they start to secrete different fibers because they're malnourished, they're attacked. It's a common way the body breaks down. So what is the underlying problem when you have sclerosis? Well, I told you earlier, I said all disease is cell disease. Sclerosis follows sick cells. In the case of multiple sclerosis, it follows sick nerve and muscle cells. It's a neuromuscular disease. So sclerosis of the nerve cells, sclerosis caused by dysfunctional nerve cells, sclerosis caused by dysfunctional muscle cells. Now we're getting some power here. As we backtrack, we're starting to get power. We've got sick cells, sick nerve cells, sick muscle cells, and they're secreting fibers. Are you with me? Well, then what's the question? Why are the cells sick? That's all you have to ask. Well, all disease is cell disease, and there's only three things that happen. Starvation, suffocation, toxification. And you guys, I know we have been conditioned to believe that your friend, or our friends, our families, have multiple sclerosis. They do not have anything. Their body is in a process. It's a verb. It is not a noun. You know what? Spell, S-P-E-L-L, and grammar come from the ancient Celtic words for magic. And there's a lot of magic to be had in how words are structured. There's a lot of control. This is what magic is. It's about controlling things. There's a lot of control through words. And when you say, I have multiple sclerosis, you have been condemned to it. And when your doctor says you have it, he has cursed you.
That's right.
He has casted a magic spell on you.
That's right.
So she does not have multiple sclerosis. Her cells are dysfunctional and producing fibers. Now you begin to have some control. It's a verb. How do you stop running? Right? It's a verb. You just stop. It's a verb. Verbs are action. You don't do the action anymore. Are you getting me here? You're starting to work here. So what are the actions then? What are the actions? Well, you've got a cell that's sick. It's producing fibers inappropriately. Now that alone, if you understand that alone, you've taken a huge step towards healing. You see what I'm saying, Steve? If you immediately understand that this is a problem of the cells secreting fibers inappropriately, not that she has multiple sclerosis. Do you see the power, the difference in power between these two ideas? I have multiple sclerosis. Ah! Oh, my cells are doing something wrong? Well, what can I do here? What's going on? How can I change it?
Right, right.
You see the power in understanding that this is a process. So what is it that makes the cells sick? The nerve cells, the muscle cells in your case, or somebody out there has psoriasis, the skin cells, or somebody out there has arthritis, the joint cells, or somebody over here has retinopathy, the retina cells, or somebody over here has a heart problem, the heart cells. Same thing. The cells are sick because they're starving, they're suffocated, and they're toxic. So you start to take the steps to nutriate the body, to remove the toxicity, to make sure it's being oxygenated. Steve, my friend, I've been doing this so long, I can tell, as I'm speaking, there are some of you out here going, this cannot be. I know that. I know by looking at you that there's some people saying, this cannot be. Who is this guy anyway? You know? Some of you are saying that, and I can give you the theory till the cows come home. But once you incorporate this into your life, you will see it take place. So for your friend, so she's on board, so she sees, and so you know she's really on board, because here's a little dirty secret about sickness. I notice that when I get a cold, and I don't get a cold often, but sometimes I feel a cold coming, and I notice there's something called a bifurcation point, where I can either get the cold or not get the cold. All right, you guys know what I'm talking about? It's true about all disease. It's not just colds. We just notice it with cold. There's a bifurcation point. And at that point, we got to decide what we want to do. And when I got stuff to do and stuff going on, and I'm happy, I'm feeling good, I'm working, I don't want to get sick, so I take emergency measures. I make sure I relax, I make sure I take my supplements extra, get on the rebound, etc. But other times I've noticed, I could use a couple days off. I don't really want to go into work yet tomorrow, you know. I got my boss and all that, you know. And you get sick. Okay, you go into that bifurcation point. You go to the side of the bifurcation that takes you to sickness. You guys all know what I'm talking about, that point. We all have it. And this is where understanding the bodies, this is where living in the body comes from. This is where coming out of our head and our belief systems comes from. Talking to our bodies, listening to our bodies. Your friend, if she's really on board, she may not be, She may not be.
My sister and my brother.
Whoever it is, they may not be on board. Don't ever underestimate the power of the mind to be sick, to want to be sick. All right? It's amazing. It's amazing. And I know this, and I stay away. It's none of my business to heal people or try to help people heal who don't want to be healed. It's none of anybody's business. It's none of your business either. It's none of your business. If they want to be sick, it's none of your business. It's nobody's business. This is only a message for people who don't want to be sick. This is options. So she's really on board. Have a fast for a day. One day. Okay? And see how she feels different. Now, what she'll probably say is, oh yeah, I feel a little better, but not there. Because she's not attuned to her body. So the fact that she even feels a little bit better is a miracle. That she feels a little better. Guaranteed she'll feel a little better. But she's going to say, she's not vested, and she's not on board. Okay, they'll say, oh yeah, I felt a little better, but I wasn't that much, and and I can't really change. There'll be all kinds of reasons not to. But if she wants to change, one day of fasting will make a difference. Then you go into the deep breathing. Then you go into the using nutrients that replace the gut bacteria. Then you go into stabilizing the blood sugar. Then you get on a nutritional supplement program. You use the Z radical and the digestive enzymes. There's endless ways she can begin to improve. It's so beautiful. It's so amazing. There's so many ways that your sister can begin to be healthier, your brother, everybody. There's so many ways that we can begin to feel better, beginning today, beginning with just wanting to. So ask her if she wants to. If she says yes, tell her to take a day off from food. And then start to repair the gut, stabilize the blood sugar, activate the relaxation response. Hot showers, hot tubs, deep breathing, massages, caloric restriction, whatever it takes. Whatever it takes to activate the relaxation system, to stabilize the blood sugar system, and work on the digestive system. You guys, that was not just for Steve. That was not just for Steve. That was for everybody. Everybody out there. That's the healing testimony of the human body. Thank you very much. Okay, you want to hear about kidneys? What do the kidneys do, you guys? Filter what? What happens if you what happens if you go to your local polluted, muddy creek and try to filter out the water? What's going to happen to the spaghetti strainer or the filter? That's kidney disease. It's dirty blood. It's dirty blood and sugar blood. It's toxicity that's gotten into the blood over the course of years, and it's sugar in the blood that has damaged very, very tiny, they're actually blood vessels, but we'll call them little holes in the spaghetti strainer. The sugar has damaged the holes in the spaghetti strainer, and so have the toxins and the things that now become damaged. Do you know kidney disease is an epidemic? And by the way, your kidneys are amazing systems. They're totally redundant, and you've got all this extra, and you can go down to like tiny levels of activity and still have functional kidneys. But you don't want to go there. Kidneys make vitamin D, by the way. They help you metabolize calcium. So you take all the vitamin D you want, and you can take all the calcium you want. If you have kidney disease, you're going to have vitamin D problems, you're going to have parathyroid problems, you're going to have calcium problems, you're going to have all kinds of problems because they won't be filtering the blood. It's a disaster, and it is deadly, and the last thing you ever want to do is dialysis, or have to do is dialysis. That's where you sit. You guys know what dialysis is? You sit on a machine for hours.
I've been there 12 years.
Oh, you're on dialysis? Say so.
12 years.
Okay. Well, start to clean your blood, my friend. How do you clean your blood? I just told you. Let's see how well you're listening, because I spent about the whole time, basically, talking about how you clean your blood, because that's really what this is all about, is cleaning the blood. It's plumbing, right? It's circulation. Everything we talked about, the digestive issues, the blood sugar issues, the relaxing issues, it's cleaning the blood. That's everything. We started off by talking about the plumbing, the clogs, the blood gets dirty. Kidney disease is the end result of that. So immediately you have to figure out what's getting into your system that's making your blood dirty. And it's probably something you look like in your 40s, 50s, something like that?
40s.
Okay, so good. So you look like you've been doing a long time. Whatever you've been doing a long time. Good news, there's good news, bad news. You're way too young for this. The good news is you're way too young for this. You're young, you recover, you turn it around. So immediately you got to figure out what is entering into your blood chronically. It's going to be something you've been doing a long time, and stop the flow.
That's what they're saying, the mercury was off.
Yeah, I would, if you say it's mercury, then you take all your power away. Certainly, unless you're completely pristine in everything else, you can't control the mercury. You can control everything else. The mercury's done. It's water under the bridge. The body should be able to recover. So don't hold on to the mercury. Remember, it's a verb. Okay, so you're in a verb mode, you're in action mode. You can reverse it. Start to work on the digestive system. Look, this is very important. Look for digestive problems. Try to find them. They sneak. The brain turns things down that happen all the time. It kind of dumbs things down. Turns the volume on things that are repeated. So we don't notice that we have digestive problems. If you have a degenerative issue, and sir, what's your name?
James.
If you have a degenerative issue, and what James is saying is a degenerative issue, that's an issue that gets worse, it doesn't get better, it doesn't heal, guaranteed something's getting into your blood chronically, and in your case, it's probably been happening a long time, which is good news because you might be able to make an assessment more quickly because it's something you've been doing over and over and over again chronically for this to be this broken down at this point in your life. Then you start to patch up the gut. All the strategies for patching up the gut. That's your first step. Nothing else matters. So you patch up the gut, and then you do concentrate on eliminating whatever's getting into the system. Then you stabilize the blood sugar. Get on Beyond Tangy Tangerine and the entire, you're already on it.
It's May.
Okay, good, good. Stay on that. Get on the Healthy Start Pack, the Z Radical, or using the Z Radical. Get on the Z Radical. The Fucoid Z is a little bit better. You see where we're working here, and then work on the third point of the triangle. Make sure you're activating the relaxation response, hypertension, or do you have hypertension? Do you have high blood pressure? Hypertension is caused, it's usually associated. Hypertension is, number one, caused by and also relieved by correct breathing techniques. So make sure you're practicing your deep breathing, whatever that is. However you, my calm beat, bio breathing, belly breathing, you can do it sitting on the couch. Activate the parasympathetic nervous system, relaxation nervous system. Okay? You guys, this isn't magic here. Did I say anything complicated ever tonight? Anything complicated that's hard to understand? This is all just complete common sense. And God bless you, James. Good luck here.